I'm Judy Shaw for NYSE Floor Talk. Joining me today is Tiger Tyagarajan. He is the CEO of Genpact. Tiger, it's so great to see you. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thrilled to be on the show with you. Thank you.
A quick note to our viewers before we get started. This interview is for informational purposes only. The NYSE is not recommending any investments or investment advice. So Tiger, let's talk about the COVID-19 impact. I mean, it's impacted almost every facet of business and society. Now, as people are slowly returning to work, what does this new normal life look like? And how will digital transformation play an increasingly important role with this transformation or transition?
That is a great question, Judy. It starts with during the last 100 days, whether it is each of us as individuals or businesses, governments, society, has learned so much that I sometimes wonder why we didn't learn all of these things when the world was in the pre-COVID era. I don't think anything new has been invented, whether it's technology, collaboration, the ability to do a number of things from home. It's just that leverage of existing technologies finally got unlocked. And when that happened, it's just unlocked a whole lot of creativity that when the world comes back, one of the things we feel is that we will mix the old world and all the great things about that, which we all miss, with new things we've learned. I'll give you a few examples. So we think, for example, the fact that you do not constrain every single person to come every single day to the office means I think the talent market is going to get unlocked dramatically. We're already seeing that. Our ability to hire some really great people has gone up in the last 60 days because we're not constrained by having to tell the person, you got to be next to my office. You got to be able to travel to my office. Some people are not willing to travel 2 hours a day. So what does it do to hiring diverse candidates, hiring great women leaders, and bring them into our kind of a company, which is a professional services company? So that's one example. The other one is, I think, online, offline. The transition to online has been going on, but it's a very dramatic transition that's happened just in the last 100 days. Will all of that go back? I buy my groceries online now. I could have always bought it. I never did. I used to walk up to the grocery store next door every time. I'm not going to go back. I'm going to order online. And I think you talked about digital transformation. We believe that every business has been on a secular digital transformation journey. Some companies say, in the next 3 to 5 years, I'll really become much more digital. In the next 5 to 7 years, I'm going to become much more digital. That's changed to 18 months, 10 months, 14 months.
Okay, so what are some of the main trends that you're seeing as companies enter the new normal phase?
So I'd say online to offline to online, big change. The second thing I would say is a lot more stuff to be transitioned to the cloud, services, solutions, again, a secular journey, but accelerated exponentially. Third is analytics on the fly. The fact that people are dealing with so much volatility in demand and supply is that the old algorithms and analytical models don't work. You need new ones, and you need to change them constantly. You know, when the sale of wheat flour and yeast goes up by 40%, by the way, that's a true story, and the sale of candy that you pick up as you walk by a grocery store drops by 40%. You need to adjust your supply chain dramatically, but that's all analytics on the fly. So that's analytics. The fourth is virtualization. I think more and more people would expect work to be done from anywhere, anytime, and flexible and agile. And the last one I would say is wrapped around all of that is experience. I think people want better experience. And the first four will help better experience, whether it's a user, employee, or customer. So we think about these 5 as big trends.
Okay, and what business models do you think will win coming out of this pandemic?
Again, a great question. And I would say we use 3 words when we talk to clients and when we talk within the company. You got to fight, then rise, and then thrive. And we think about these as 3 stages of going through the COVID-19 crisis and beyond. Initially, we all had to fight to make sure that our employees are protected, Our services are protected because a lot of our services are very critical services. We know that for a number of businesses. And then it's about finding a way to rise beyond just fighting. Can we do new things? Are there new solutions? Is there a new way of working? Are we learning new things? And then subsequently, we are now in the stage, I think, of how do we thrive in this new world? I'll give you another one that we are thinking a lot about: training. Our ability to train people, I think, is going to dramatically change. Reskilling, which is a big theme across companies and across the world. We think technology is going to be used dramatically more for reskilling. After all, MBAs and engineering classes are now being done, through video and on the web. We are doing mass training online. When the world comes back, we're going to mix that with getting together socially, because we should, but no longer is it going to be all training is going to be in a classroom. It's going to be a dramatic mixture, which is going to make everything so much richer.
Okay, and how has Genpact been helping its clients manage through the pandemic? What role have you been playing with your clients?
So a number of the things that I described as trends are things that we actually have as business services. So we help clients go more online. When you shift online, your supply chain has to shift. The way you manage finance, the way you manage orders, your analytical algorithms have to shift. And then when people pay using their credit cards or other payment platforms and they go online, the ability to assess risk, fraud, all of that has to change. All of those are services that we provide to our clients. So we've had to pivot our services and create new solutions for the new normal that people are dealing with. Migration to the cloud, a big new set of services that we've launched and help customers start their migration to the cloud in an accelerated way. Or, helping a company that makes critical equipment for hospitals in today's environment to identify where is the next respirator needed, and making sure that is known this evening so that the respirator is dispatched tonight, so it's available tomorrow afternoon. I mean, that saves lives. So a lot of that are the kind of work helping companies basically undertake digital transformations, which is our business, but in a far more accelerated way.
Okay, and finally, Tiger, what advice would you give to CEOs who are looking to adapt their businesses for the future?
Adaptability, agility. I would say the companies that are thriving and will continue to thrive are those that have a culture that is seeped in adaptability, agility, curiosity, learning, a learning agility. Those companies, I think, are going to thrive because gone are the days of I know exactly how things work. I've got a playbook that works. I've done this for 15 years, and I therefore know how I'm going to do it for the next 15 years. That's done. It's, can you learn the new? Can you embrace the new? Can you drive change? Are you willing to really embrace change? So we think this was again a journey that was happening. We've just accelerated it by 5 years and compressed it into 10 days.
Well, Tiger, that's really good advice. I want to thank you for joining me on NYSE Floor Talk. It's been so great to talk with you.
So good to talk to you, Judy. Thank you.